and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon Ifoma and this is Sharing Life with Sharon. On today's show, I'll be talking about navigating disability barriers. You see, we all face different barriers: oppression, lack of capacity, we are less participatory, and all these challenges make it difficult for us to live a normal life. Some of these barriers are man-made, some of them are natural barriers. But you see, even in the normal world, a normal person faces challenges, and we all have a way of walking through and navigating the barriers that we have, whether they are physical barriers or attitudinal or social barriers. We all have a way of navigating them. Barriers are more than just physical obstacles. According to the World Health Organization, barriers are factors that limit functioning and create discomfort and disability. They limit our functional ability. We're limited by them. And it's very, very common with persons with disability. So here are the common barriers we go through on a daily basis. 1. Physical barriers. They are physical in our environments. They limit our accessibility. They limit our access to things. They are found in houses, schools, offices. You know, we see the steps and curbs in the banking environment. Yeah, the Nigerian banking environment is not built to accommodate persons with certain form of disability, like wheelchair users. You can't go through the electronic doors. Yeah. You'll find a bank built a ramp, but the ramp just takes you to front of the electronic door. And if you're a person who uses a caliper, crutches, these are metal detector doors. You can't go through. So how do you then, navigate that barrier? It limits your quest to carry out your banking transactions. They want your money, but they don't want you. That's my interpretation of it. So physical barriers, we face them even in the hospitals. As sad as that, yeah, it's sad. Narrow doorways. You see offices, they build really narrow doorways where certain wheelchair sizes can't go through. Certain people who use crutches, because of how they walk, they can't go through these doors. Inaccessible parking space. We don't have them, and it's sad. I saw something yesterday. Was it yesterday? A church in Lagos. They have the wheelchair parking space, or disabled parking space rather. I think it's Fountain of Life. Yeah, that's a good job. Thumbs up to you. It's beginning to come to our minds that, yeah, we have this class of people in our society. We have them in our churches. We have them in our institutions. So let's make provisions for them. That's a good step towards the right direction. Inadequate bathroom facilities. Some hotels don't have them. If you're a wheelchair user, you struggle to use the bathroom. So I think they should begin to think about these things when planning structures. These physical and structural barriers or obstacles in our man-made environment limits our movements. So how do you navigate these barriers? The first thing you need to do to be able to navigate some of these barriers is to ask necessary questions about the venue or environment you are about to go to. If you have a function to go to, find out if the environment can take you, if you can access it. Find out if they have steps and curbs. Find out if there is a ramp. Find out if this disabled access is there. Alternatively, visit ahead of time. If it's a school, if you're a parent with a child with disability, visit the school ahead of time to make sure it can accommodate your child's needs. Visit the place ahead of time to make sure it can accommodate your needs. And one thing I do all the time when I go out to social functions or places, I take someone along with me. Make sure you go with somebody. It's easier to be in the company of somebody you know than and somebody you don't know, that person would know if you are to hold your hands to help you climb the stairs or not. It helps you that way. The second barrier we face all the time is attitudinal barrier. Attitudinal barriers, we see them on a daily basis. They are the stereotype, the prejudices, the stigma, the pity, the ignorance, the fear, the discrimination, the hero worship. It's a lot. The stares. I mean, somebody will just focus on you and they're looking at you straightly that you even miss your steps. I mean, what are you looking at? Look and look away. Simple. So how to navigate this kind of barriers? You can't stop people from looking at you. You can't stop people from acting out the way they want to act when you're around them. But what you can do is to control how you respond to whatever is said or thrown at you. You can either choose to ignore or walk away. But when an issue arises that you need to address it calmly. Tell them, no, you don't talk to me like this. It's not acceptable by me. Please, next time, don't talk to me like this. Address the way people speak to you. Address the way people treat you. It will help you get through that barrier. Number 3 barrier is communication barriers. Basically, this aspect affects people with hearing, speaking, reading, writing, developmental, and cognitive impairments. If you have a child or you're an individual who it takes a while to process information, and we live in a society that don't take into account that there are people who have developmental issues, learning disabilities around. Let's put them into consideration when planning subject syllables and all of that. It's difficult. So how do you get through this? Coach people to learn how to be patient with you. If you have a child, teach people how to speak to your child. Let them understand that he understands, but you need to slow things down. You need to repeat things if you have to. You need to communicate with this child in a different way. Take, for example, kids with autism. Depends on the level of autism they have. It takes a while. The way you communicate with them, verbally and non-verbally, it's different. So our governments, schools, and private institutions should learn how to train and employ only qualified teachers, special needs teachers, to take care of our kids. It will help us go a long way. That way, they will know how to carry that child along with other kids. Now, number 4 is policy barriers. Unfortunately, we live in a country where there is no bill. Yeah, because the disability bill is yet to be passed. There is no bill protecting the rights and privileges of persons with disability. It is yet to be passed. But we have that in the United Nations, which is universal. Countries use them. So this is more about existing and pending laws, the enforcement, execution, the regulation of the state laws that protects disabled people. It's established for persons with disability. It covers their protection, healthcare, finance, employment, care, socio-economic standards that protects, our rights and privileges. So find out what the law says, so you know when somebody is breaking the law with you. Some states have these laws, but we don't have a national bill covering the rights of persons with disability. And right now in Nigeria, this association is still pushing for it. I hope they get it signed. I hope it is passed, so we'll know what we're working with. Push for one to exist. Let's all push for one to exist, because it will help all of us in the end. So the final barrier here is the problematic barriers, or what I'll call social barriers. This includes This includes the use of products and service delivery in our various institutions, in the shops, at the hospital, at school, at work. These social barriers we face limit productivity. We need proper service delivery in the healthcare system, financial institutions. We need better job creations for graduates and skilled workers who have and live with physical disability. It's sad that we have a lot of graduates and skilled people who can find work, because employers have chosen to see their wheelchairs, their weaknesses, the crutches, and every other thing they can see before their abilities and personalities. That is quite sad. Accessible transport system. Oh, that's a different story altogether. Our transport system in Nigeria is not conditioned or is not made to accommodate a lot of persons with disability, because we rarely have government-owned buses in a lot of our states. Even if there are these buses, they don't have that provision for wheelchair users, crutches, because everyone is in a hurry to catch a bus. So these areas needs to be worked out. So if you're going out, whether you're going to look for a job or you're going for your business or anything else, please make sure you plan your movement properly, schedule it to suit your time. Relevant assistive technologies such as adaptive, assistive and rehabilitative devices. We don't have a lot of that here. The calipers people use here, which are made locally, they try to work, but they are not effective. So if we can get a company that maybe ship these things in or train people to get them made to properly suit users without causing more damage, it will be good. So having all of this provided will help elevate the sufferings of persons living with disability and blow the barriers we face on a daily basis. The most important thing is to get our social model for disability right. If we get those things right, I think a lot of us will not be seen as people who have disability, because the lines will be really blurred. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a thing or two from it. Please follow me on social media. I'm at Sharon Informa on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video. If you know somebody this video will benefit, please share the link with them. And don't forget to subscribe. Until I come your way again next time, my name is Sharon Informa. Please love yourself.